Hi, so today we're going to be going over your one pager, which is basically your first book report of the first 9 weeks or the first quarter. I will be going over the book reports for all of the classes in the same video. So just make sure that you're paying attention whenever I say, oh, this is for 9th honors, or this is for 10th grade, or this is for regular 9th grade English classes. Okay. All right. So your one pager, it has to be over a book that is grade appropriate. All right. No little kid books. If you're questioning whether or not the book is appropriate for your grade, then please email me and let me know. I will also be coming around and checking your books. You'll have to email me or share with me what book that you are actually using for your book report. So be prepared for that. All right. So the one pager, some of you may have done a one pager, especially if you were in 10th grade and you were in 9th grade at McLeod last year. We did the one pager for our first book report last year, and we're going to be doing it again. All right. So the one pager will eventually look like this. A one pager is basically one page that is completely filled with color and words that have different requirements. All right. They should have illustrations and the words mixed together. Your page should not be completely covered with words, nor should it be completely only pictures. Okay. So the one pager requirement, the one pager itself is going to be due on October 1st. You need to fill the whole page with a mixture of words and pictures. The one pager should have the title and author with some sort of word art or symbol representing the book. So if you're using Fahrenheit 451, that book has a lot of fire in it, right? So you could make the words look like fire, right? That type of thing. Next, you have to have the theme, and remember the theme is one sentence, and you should have some sort of illustration. Then next, I want you to list the main characters. If there's a bunch of main characters, just narrow it down to like the between 3 and 5 of the main characters. Okay, don't have every single character listed. They're not the main characters. And then next, you have to have the setting, which is the time, place, right? And an illustration with a sentence or a listing of what the setting is, right? Then you will need the plot, include all of the parts of plot with different illustrations for each and every single step. So remember, exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and then resolution. I do want all of those parts in there with the illustrations for each part. And then I want 3 pieces of figurative language. You need to label the type of figurative language. So whether or not it's a metaphor, simile, hyperbole, you have to explain it. Obviously, you have to actually have the figurative language in there and maybe an illustration. So if it's saying, you're as beautiful as a butterfly, you would say the quote that was on page 7. And it is a simile, and then maybe draw a butterfly on there, right? Then I want 2 meaningful quotes with an illustration or with an explanation. And these could be like, if I were to have Forrest Gump, which is a movie, but not a book, then I could say, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And then I would put that there and I would explain what it means. And then the illustration could be a box of chocolates. All right. Now I know that the illustration is going to be kind of hard for some of you guys. It doesn't have to be super perfect. All right. So the person that did this slide obviously was really great at art. I've seen some great one pagers that are not super fantastic at art that just have really basic illustrations, and that's fine. And if you cannot find an illustration for every single little piece, that's okay. Maybe email me about what you couldn't find and I'll try to figure out some sort of idea for you so that maybe you can come up with one or we can come up with one together. Right. You will be graded on creativity, effort, and following all of the guidelines. So all of these requirements are met. Theme, matching one pager to the theme. All right, so if it's a really dark book, it probably should not look like this. All right, if it's a really bright book, you will use brighter colors, right? Plot and setting, and your quotes, figurative language, and explanations. And that will be the grade for the one pager. Okay. You will also be required to complete 5 annotation slides. Those annotation slides are going to look like this. They are over the chapters. So if you see here, it has, you're going to put the title of your book here. You're going to put your chapter here. Any comments that you have over the chapter. All right. So this chapter was monumental in for this reason, or this chapter really developed a lot of characterization. Okay, and then you're going to put a 1-sentence summary. So this chapter covered the death of Dumbledore, right? A question about the chapter. It could be a question that you think is going to happen in the future. So did Dumbledore really die, right? An important quotation and an explanation with the page number, all right, to make sure that you include the page number in there for your future reference. And then maybe a prediction. Okay, if you're doing it on the last chapter, you could do it over what might happen in the future. Okay. The next, and then you will use these slides to complete a writing assignment. So if you are in 9th honors or in 10th grade, if you are in 9th grade only, then you will probably do a shorter version of the writing assignment. So you won't have as long of a version of the writing assignment, but I do want to make sure that you have your annotation slides completed for that assignment. Okay. The in-class writing activity will be a separate grade from the book report itself, but it will be related to it, and that will occur on October 8th. And it might change depending on our circumstances with the in-class or distance learning coronavirus stuff. All right. Okay, well, I hope that explains the one pager and the book report project to your satisfaction. If you have any questions, make sure that you email me at kbacon@mcleodschools.us. Thanks.